This is our smoke.
Worlds within the Galactian veil will be consumed.
This difficulty demands a specialist, and he's specialist.
That's God makes it easy to get coverage for what we care about. Oh my God, they making a formation.
Cuz, what the fuck is this, cuz?
We seen them drop out of a fucking mothership that just flew away, and these things.
Things are. And now they're forming shape.
Oh my God, we fucking watched them drop out of the fucking ship. Oh my God. Oh my God, look what fucking
Y'all share this shit right now.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's funny as hell when black people see UFOs. So-called black folk.
What does it mean?
No, I wanted to ask you that question. Are there stories you're scared to cover? Because there will be times, and I know you are hit with a torrent of information on a daily basis, way more than I am. And I mean, you have contacts all around the world that are, there's probably someone on the space station right now texting you with information about something. And so are there things that you're scared to cover? You're sitting there saying, wow, this is like soul crushing, like to the point where like it really scares you in your soul.
There are two.
Australia,
yes,
appreciate you.
there are two. One is the 2020 election. And I think that I was far too dismissive of some of the claims made about it. And I think there may be some merit to some of the wildest possible claims about that election. And I haven't proven it yet, but I've, look, I'll just say, and you know this, of course, very well, both of you, that whenever you have politics, you've got a lot of sleazy people and liars and people who just want to get their candidate elected or get paid or whatever. You've got a lot of lying around all political campaigns, so it's very hard to know what's true. And sometimes it takes years to figure it out. So there are a lot of stupid mercenaries making claims about fraud in that past election that were, they couldn't back up. But that doesn't mean that all of those ideas were wrong, and I think that some of them were right, is what I'm learning, and I'll just leave it there. The second thing that bothers me is the UFO story, and the more you dig into that and talk to people with actual knowledge of it, again, that's another story where there are some fanciful ideas floating around that are just there's no evidence that they're true. But if you talk to people who have actual knowledge of it that they gathered themselves, there are parts of that story that I do not understand at all that are really, really, really dark. It's so dark that I haven't told my wife about it. I mean, I haven't verified any of this, but this is not just stuff that I read on the internet. I know you all are very, very grounded in that story, so I think I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
But there's some stuff there that's just like, man, I'm not even sure what that means. There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand. So yes, that story bothers me. And I think, last thing I'll say, that one of the reasons that we've had all these disclosures and all of these, 10 whistleblowers at this point, and it hasn't really become front page news. Part of it's suppression. Parts of the government don't want you to know about it, but part of it is the public can't deal with it. It's too far out. The implications are too profound. And I understand that. Because I've heard things where I'm just like, oh man, I don't even really want to know that, honestly.
It's deeply disturbing stuff. Forget like saucers and technology. It's deeply disturbing stuff that I haven't even told Natalie. Yep. I agree with you. It's so disturbing. Exactly. I can't even tell my kids. My kids ask me different stories about it, and I won't say it because it's so dark. It's so dark.
I totally agree.
Miles is watching. So.
Okay, Miles, if you're watching the show, Daddy's not going to tell you about that part of the UFO stuff and what's going on with the government.
Well, can I say one thing? They've known clearly. I mean, this is, I think, established, and I feel comfortable saying this as fact. The U.S. government, these are real, whatever they are. They're not human. And the government has known that for a long time, possibly going back to the 1930s at least. And, of course, there's tons of evidence in the written record, in the physical record, in paintings, and in literature, that people have been seeing and interacting with these things for a long time. So we know that. But the justification one often hears is, well, the government, various presidents who have been read in, not all have been, haven't wanted.
Not all have been read in. Y'all get what he's saying? Y'all, look, we covered that on the videos before. That's real talk. Like, they can say a lot, but people want us to speak out about certain things, but you wouldn't even dare put your face on one of these, I'm not talking about y'all that ain't got no face on here. Y'all cool. But I'm talking about the ones that be talking shit. They're like, why don't you speak about it this? Look, you don't even put your face on here. You're afraid. we put our face on the internet all the time and backing shit, like, but why people are afraid to even comment on their personal pages about shit that they believe in because fear of what people are gonna say about you. Once you get rid of that, it's over, man. But we vibing tonight, man. Look, wonder why he said that. Yeah.
But why is that? And we notice, yeah, there is one or two white people that do speak up, but the majority of you is silent, hush, hush, almost like you're working for them. Crazy. And the amount of arguments I've had over the years, only to be true and right with people. Crazy.
I know who wasn't read in. Y'all know who didn't have certain ceremonies.
To disclose this because it would scare people, and I've always thought that's bullshit. You're hiding a crime, which they are, by the way.
You said, do I smoke? Nah, not no more.
In my opinion. But I do think there's a sense in which that's not totally crazy. Like, there is some stuff, if it's true, and I'm kind of thinking it may be true, that's so radical that, as we both said,
Did you hear that? He's sold. That I'm kind of thinking could maybe be true. So he believes what he's seen, but he's scared to speak on it, is what he's saying. That's a fact. People, you need to wake up and understand the world we live in. It's simple like this. Let me just say this, right? All that you've known, and you may have heard this in movies before, but let me say it. All that you know has been a lie. And that's scary. So I understand why you are scared. And I understand why you are scared to even mention things, because it's your people that's in power, right? Let's be real. So you're scared to go against your own people. I wish I understood what that meant. Well, nah, I mean, I really do. Because, because we don't understand that.
Don't want to tell the people we love most about it because, why would you, disturb someone like that? So I kind of get that. I hate to admit it. I'm not arguing for hiding things. I believe in the truth and I believe in disclosure, but I understand the impulse. Holy smokes, this is heavy. You know what I mean?
And the government's involvement in it makes it even heavier because then you realize the complicity.
Exactly.
Of it. Yeah.
Okay, so we're talking about the same thing. I can tell. Okay.
Right. So them two are sold. Them two know it's true. Look how we're even scared to even speak. And the government's involved in it. They're throwing you little chestnuts, little seeds, breadcrumbs. Yeah, that too, yeah. And also they're involved in it too. Yeah, that too, yeah. But yeah. Okay, and okay.
Yeah,
Excuse me.
Should I go?
No. This is what we used to talk about in commercial breaks all the time. This is the kind of stuff. Anyway.
So at the time, I never would have believed any of that. But now I'm like, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna build. Y'all know how we
Warning of cyber threats from Russia.
I'm gonna show you this last clip, and I'm gonna end the show. Yeah, America. Now, like he was just saying, some things could be bull, some things could be real, but America, you've been hearing what's been going on for a long time now, and let's just have a look deeper into this power cut situation.
And are urging U.S. critical infrastructure defenses to be reinforced. As CBS's Bill Whitaker reported on Sunday night 60 Minutes, it wouldn't take much to throw the entire country into darkness.
The grid is a sprawling target. There are actually 3 in the U.S., the Eastern, Western, and Texas has its own.
Unfortunately, China is preparing for war with the United States. The strategy here is that they want to be able to invade Taiwan. They're worried that the United States will project military power from bases in Hawaii and the continental United States to Asia to defend Taiwan. And so what China's trying to do is to do these cyber intrusions, lay in wait, and at the right moment attack ports, attack water supply, attack energy supplies to prevent the United States from projecting military power forward. So in short, they're preparing for war.
Why do you think we're getting this story now?
I think part of the reason is that the administration, the U.S. government, has had a hard time getting these private companies to take the necessary security measures. You know, these companies, small utilities, aren't directly controlled by the U.S. government. They're small private companies. And so the Department of Homeland Security has tried to get them to increase their cybersecurity standards, has tried to get them even just to disclose that they have an issue, but often they don't want to do that. They don't want to announce to their customers that they have a problem, and they don't want to spend the extra money that would be required for cybersecurity.
Waking up for all year. Appreciate you, Jason.
Can I say something before I end the show real quick? They say 2024 is gonna be a year where, let me just say for Americans, I've got a feeling it's gonna be over there in England too, but let me just say for Americans, they're gonna be spending a lot of time indoors. Something similar happened a few years back when this big infection was going around, if some of y'all remember. But yeah, 2024, or was it 2025, or was it 2024 into 2025? I'm gonna have to look for that content again. But yeah, it seems that a lot of people's gonna be let me just stop. Can I just give a big shout out to those that remember the plan list of what's to come each year? Do you remember that? You remember when that little virus thing dropped and then all this information was coming out and stuff, and we even had the list of things what's going to happen in 2025, 2026, blah, 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 blah. Each different thing they're going to come out with next. Let me say this. If any of y'all remember the part where, you know, this world that's going to be new, and talking about to create, well, do you understand this? To bring something new in, you have to destroy the old. Do you understand that concept there? Do you understand that saying? Why do you think everything's going crazy around us? Huh? Why do you think everything's going crazy around us? To bring something new in, you have to destroy the old. And when destroying the old, that also means casualties. You know, it's piece and parcel. It's piece and parcel at that point. You know, it's a jigsaw puzzle. Easy one though. People just be wary, man. See, we go through experiences and then we seem to forget. Never forget. Because that's what they expect. Never ever forget. Anyway, peace and love. I'm out.